सतनाम श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी। सावन सरसी कामणी चरण कमल स्यो प्यार। मन तन रता सच रंग इको नाम आधार। विखिया रंग कूड़ा विया दिसन सभे छार। हर अमृत बूंद सुहावनी मिल साधु पीवन हार। वण तिण प्रभ संग मौलिया समरथ पुरख अपार। हर मिलणै नो मन लोचदा कर्म मिलावन हार। जिनी सखिए प्रभ पाया हों तिन कै सद बलिहार। नानक हर जी मया कर शब्द सवारण हार। सावन तिना सुहागणी जिन राम नाम उरहार। सावन सरसी कामणी।
वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह। धन हन श्री वाहिगुरु साहिब जी दे पवित्र ਸਰੂਪ ਸਤਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬਾਨ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਹੋਏ ਸਾਧ ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ, ਆਪਾਂ ਮਾਂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਨਿਗ ਮਾਣ ਰਹੇ ਹਨ ਤੇ ਮਾਂ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਬੜੀ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕੀਤੀ। ਮਾਂ ਜੀ has blessed us to sit in ਸੰਗਤ ਰੂਪ and continue the 12 Maha Katha series that we've been doing. ਅੱਜ ਜੋ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਚੱਲਣੀ ਹੈ, the ਵਿਚਾਰ that's going to be done will be of Saavan. So this month's Katha we will be talking in terms of Saavan. ਇਹਦੇ ਅਰਥ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਆਪਣੇ ਮਨ ਬਿਰਤੀ ਜੋੜ ਕੇ ਧਿਆਨ ਨਾਲ ਸਰਵਣ ਕਰਨਾ। Why do we do this? That we want a blessing from Guru Maharaj Ji. ਕਈ ਵਾਰੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਈ ਸ਼ਬਦ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਨੈਕਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਦੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਾਸਤੇ। We don't understand the relationship. ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਹੈਗਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਵੱਧ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਆਪਣਾ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਪ੍ਰਫੁੱਲਤ ਹੋਵੇ, it grows inside of us. ਉਹ ਮਾਂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਰਤ ਆ। ਰਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ, ਰਤ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ, ਇੱਕੋ ਹੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਹੈ। ਫਿਰ ਅੱਗੇ ਜਦੋਂ when that ਰਤ or ਪ੍ਰੇਮ grows inside of you, it gives an experience and it fills you, ਉਹਦਾ ਰੰਗ ਬਣਦਾ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਇੱਕ ਰੰਗ ਬਣਦਾ। You say that the love of God has been imbued inside of us, and through that experience you gain ras. Ras is pleasure, is a pleasurable experience that is caused by amrit, that's internal, that is now flowing inside of you because that prem has spread itself all the way through your body. ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਮੰਨਣਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ because this will create a greater closeness with Maharaji's charan. That we want to hold on to God's name because God's name is what's going to initiate this process. So ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਨ ਬਿਰਤੀ ਇਕਾਗਰ ਕਰੋ and ਆਖੋ ਜੀ ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਬੋਲੋ ਜੀ
ਸਤਨਾਮ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ। ਸਾਵਣ ਸਰਸੀ ਕਾਮਣੀ।
ਸੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਫਰਮਾਇਆ, ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਵਨ ਜੇ ਵਸੈ ਚਾਹੋ ਉਮਾਹਾ ਹੋਏ। ਉਮਾਹਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਚਾਹਵਾਨ। ਚਾਹਵਾਨ is excitement, of a state of excitement or enthusiasm. Because 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਖਾਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਕਰ ਆਇਆ। They've been mentioned in Guru Granth Sahib Ji. One is Basant and one is Saavan. Basant is the initiation of life, right? Life springs forth, blossoms forth. Saavan is the regeneration of life. When something has burnt life away, has caused problems such as depression, anxiety, right? ਜਿਵੇਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀ ਨਾ, ਉਹ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੀ ਹਾੜ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਬਾਰੇ। ਹਾੜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਾੜ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਹੈ। ਸਾੜ is this burning, you can say this burn that happens where it destroys life or destroys those virtues inside of you. It's representative of that. And then those people that have survived that, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਚਾਉ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ that ਹੁਣ ਮਾਰਜੀ ਨੇ ਬੱਦਲ ਭੇਜ ਦਿੱਤੇ, that has sent clouds and they're filled with rain. And when that rain falls on that tarti fir prafullit hogi. It will blossom forth again. And that gives hope to those beings that where I might have seen some damage, I've held on to God's name through that ordeal of hard, and now holding on, now this will be a much more pleasurable experience, because now whatever has been burnt away, whatever has been taken away from me, I can regenerate inside of myself. So Saavan is looked upon in a very good manner, that it's a time when you can progress forward again. Where you've been halted and it was more survival mode, now it's about progression again and making your way closer to Paramatma. So Saavan Sarsi Kamani. Kamani, the Chavan Istri, or the woman which represents our soul bride. Our soul is a bride for our husband Lord. We want union, this bride to connect with Paramatma. And Sarsi means that Sataras. Sataras means with pleasure, meaning with in a state of happiness. This Kamani Istri has survived the situation or the conditions of hard. And now what has happened, when you ask this Kamani, that how did you survive? The Kamani answers, Charan Kamal Syon Pyar, that I've held on to my beloved Pyara Paramatma de Charan Kamal. Charan means feet, Kamal means lotus. Why is lotus attached with feet? Because lotus stays in an environment that can be filthy but still remains pure and nirlep, separate from the environment. That if you hold on to Paramatma's charan, that char na, if you separate char from na, means char means to vicharna, moving all about, and na means no more movement. Charan, or the feet of God, represent a place where we can focus so our mind won't move anymore. And they will bring about a state that within the Gandagi of Maya, your mind will stay nirlep, separate, and it won't be tarnished. It will not gain the filth of Maya. So is Karan, the Kamani answers that I've survived the previous month, which meant a sard, jide sard pendi si, I've survived because of God's pyar, having God's love and having it fixed on Paramatma's charana.
Man tan ratta sach rang.
And now with the progression of God's love inside of me, what has happened? That pyar, just like it said, is rat. And jado rang chadda andar, fir oh banda or istri becomes ratta. Ratta means colored, imbued. That man, the mind, the tan, the physical body shows expressions of how much love has poured inside. And then at the same time, that sukham sarir inside of the physical body also expresses its love. So manatan ratta sacharang, it's been imbued with the true love and color of Paramatma.
Ikko naam adhar.
And it's all due to one name of God. Now, ek sakhi hondi hai, jithe Dashmesh Pita, Guru Gobind Singh ji de vele ek mantri si. Guru Gobind Singh ji da tani mantri si. Mantri means minister. And a minister si belonged to Bhim Chand. Bhim Chand is a Pahadi Raja or a hill chieftain. Right? Pahadi de ilake hunde a. And ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਵੱਖਰੇ ਸਥਾਨ ਕੀ ਪਹਾੜੀ ਰਾਜੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਖਾਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਆਪਦਾ ਰਾਜ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ। ਐਂਡ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਭੀਮ ਚੰਦ ਸੀ ਉਹਦਾ ਮੰਤਰੀ ਸੀ ਦੇਵੀ ਦਾਸ ਨੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਭੀਮ ਚੰਦ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਮਿਲਣ ਲਈ with Guru Gobind Singh Ji, would go to meet Guru Gobind Singh Ji, ਦੇਵੀ ਦਾਸ ਜਦੋਂ ਨਾਲ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਸੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ, ਉਹਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹੁਤ ਪ੍ਰੇਮ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਗੁਰੂ ਗੋਬਿੰਦ ਸਿੰਘ ਪ੍ਰਤੀ. So towards Guru Gobind Singh Ji, a great love formed in his heart. by doing Sangat, having sight of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And then what he did is, while doing Sangat with Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he would fixate his mind on Guru Maharaj Ji's charan, Partak charan, meaning his physical feet. He'd take those physical feet, and then on his return trip, he would visualize those feet within his head of Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Prem bhota paida ho gaya. There was a lot of prem that he had for Guru Gobind Singh Ji, that har samay ਉਹ ਮਾਰ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਯਾਦ ਰੱਖਦਾ ਸੀ. He would keep a remembrance of Guru Gobind Singh Ji always within his mind, that it started to color him inside. That love now was so much that if he talked, he would bring up Guru Gobind Singh Ji and how great he is. He couldn't withhold his tongue, because what started in his mind has colored him so much that it's physically coming about. So he would say these things, and Jadon Bhim Chand, who asked his advice about Guru Gobind Singh Ji, kyunki dolda rehanda hunda si. Sometimes when he would meet Guru Gobind Singh Ji, he would be in favor of him. When Bhim Chand would go back to his own kingdom, oda man ult ho janda si, and he would consider Guru Gobind Singh Ji as enemy, and he would have hatred towards Guru Gobind Singh Ji. While he was in this state, he was hoping that his mantri Devi Das would instruct him on tactics to go against Guru Gobind Singh Ji. But he did the opposite. He started to rejoice and praise Guru Gobind Singh Ji in front of Bhim Chand. And he couldn't withhold his tongue. It just came out, because all day he would be meditating on Guru Gobind Singh Ji and his Pavitra Charan. He could almost see it right in front of his physical eyes. You keep it in his mind, but all day keeping it in his mind, that he would almost, as it was like as real charan right in front of his eyes. So when he said this, Bhim Chand's rage, Pambad Angu Otpe, that it came about in a very ferocious manner, that he banished him. But before banishing him, he said that I want you to punish him. So he had executioners, he brought them forth, and what they did is spokes, or these metal rods, they heated them up, and they brought it before Devi Das. And Devi Das saw the spokes. They're burning hot and glowing red. And these spokes are being made towards Devi Das and going to be placed on his eyes. And he said that, Chalo, if I'm going to lose my vision, what better way to lose it than visualize Guru Maharaj Ji's charan? So at that time, he visualized Guru Maharaj Ji's charan, and those spokes came and they burnt away his eyes. Devi Das then was taken and told that this is his punishment for having such love for Guru Gobind Singh Ji. And wo pahad de upar raj si, so they threw him off the pahad. Remembering Guru Gobind Singh Ji tumbled down. And when he got down at the bottom of the pahad, on the other side, in Anandpur side, where Guru Gobind Singh Ji's sitting, some Gursikhs noticed there's a smell of something burning coming. And when they looked and they saw Maharajji's charan, what did they see? The same spokes, or the metal rods that were being placed into Devi Das's eyes, are showing up as marks on Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Pavitra lotus feet. They're showing up on Guru Gobind Singh Ji's Pavitra charan. Upon Maharajji's sacred feet, then Gursikhs noticed this. Even Mata Gujjar Kaur noticed this, and they say that Maharajji ek hi kaho taka. He says, Mata ji, tusi aap dekhi jao. Jidi di rakhya kiti ohne aap hi ithe aa jana. Udo prem aap hi khich pa rahe to come to this place. And when Devi Das got to the bottom of the pond, he notices that jehde chot lagne si from falling down, and now the vision that he was expecting is gone now. He checked, he saw that I can see. My vision hasn't been taken away from me. But he didn't connect the two, that because I was visualizing Guru Maharajji's charan was the reason why my vision has been saved. He didn't connect the two. So he thought that it's by some fluke or some just chance of luck that I still have my vision and that I didn't die from the fall, that there is no place here for me now, so I'm going to go return But his prem ne udo khich paya, and he says, let me go to Guru Gobind Singh Ji first, because he was dying to see Guru Gobind Singh Ji. When he got to Anandpur Sahib and matha tekya to Guru Gobind Singh Ji, khushi naal he saw Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Maharaj Ji greeted him as well, and jadon matha tekya, he saw that there were bandages on Maharaj Ji's feet. And ode man de vich shankar aaya ki dekate, why does Maharaj Ji have bandages on his feet? What happened? He was so curious, he decided to ask Guru Maharaj Ji. And Maharaj Ji said that, tenu nahi pata Devi Das? He said that, tu hi ta mere charna da dhyan tarya si. And it was you that had your dhyan, your concentration fixed on my feet. In single point concentration. That's called ekagrata. Now some of you might wonder that Hunappa, are we supposed to focus on Maharaj Ji's charan? Maharaj Ji's charan are Guru Maharaj Ji's naam. If you see Maharaj Ji's Mool Mantra written by his own hands, you can focus on that and bring that inside of your head, and that's Maharaj Ji's charan within your head. Now on Devi Das nu kya tenu pata nahi Devi Das? That tu hi te charanan wala dhyan rakhya si. Devi Das realized at that point, eh kotak hunde na Guru Gobind Singh Ji de. Guru Tegh Bahadur Sahib Ji did a similar thing for Bhai Makhan Shah, jadon moda laya si to the jahaj, right? Oh karan hunde. Maharaj Ji aap could heal right away, and Maharaj Ji nu koi dukh takleef nahi hundi. But Maharaj Ji shows it that Vishwas vad janda Sikhan de vich. Vishwas means faith grows inside of the Sikhs. So what saved Devi Das was that Charan Kamal Syon Pyar. And then, and kis karan bachde a Sikh, jadon prem rakh lende a, ekko naam Adar. Adar means to keep support of God's name inside of him. The one name of God, keeping the one God and keeping his name as your support. Manatana Rata Sacharang, that they have been colored with God's name in their mind and body, with the one name of God that they've made their own support.
Bikhya rang kuda veya.
Bikhya means sensual temptation. Sensual means those things that attract you through your senses. So those temptations of Maya are what you can say kude. Kude are false. The rang of it is the same that you can say as a safflower. So, jire safflower honda kacha rang kusumb ka, and it only stays for a few days, eventually is washed off. That is not the color. That color represents Maya for us, because Maya's color stays for a few days, and then people keep going to it to become, hoping that their thirst will be quenched. But oh Jandini, Guru Maharaj Ji's color gives you har rang, or you can say naam rang keh deo, or it's called now majit, majita rang. Oh hunda, that they say that there is a madder plant, or the roots hunde, when you dig out the root and you cut it up, ek laal rang nikalda. Oh baal ke kad lende hunde, and that laal rang, once it's dyed into kapra, it's permanent. It doesn't come out. They equate it and say that to teach people that's how God's love is. God's rang, when it comes inside of you, it's permanent, and onu daag nahi lagda, and it doesn't go away.
Disana sabbe char.
Jire lok ਇਹ ਜੇ ਰੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਵਿਖਿਆ ਰੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ, ਮਾਇਆ ਦੇ ਰੰਗ ਨਾਲ ਲੱਗ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਇੱਥੇ ਨਾਸਵੰਤ ਆ, that's not going to stay. What is the purpose of attaching to it? Drishtaman has sagal mathena, that everything you see is mithya. Imaginary is an illusion. They try to teach these individuals that sabbe char, it's all ashes, and it's all going to go away.
Har amrit boond suhavani.
So make your time safal, make your time successful. Come into the sharan of Guru Maharaj Ji, and there ask for Guru Maharaj Ji as a chatrik, or a bird that asks for a swanti boond, that Maharaj Ji apna amrit boond, He Paramatma Sache Patsha, that your amrit boond, jere chim chim varsda hunda, when your mind connects with God's name, that oh sohavaniya, it's splendid, it's magnificent, it's beautiful.
Mil sadhu pivanhar.
Coming into Sangat, when you sit with those sadhus or those people ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮਹਾਤਮਾ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖs, what happens is ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸੰਗਤ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਰਸ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੁੰਦਾ, and you will be able to drink it.
ਵਣ ਤਿਣ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਸੰਗ ਮੌਲਿਆ.
Also, what's happening on the outside and the external is being used as a way to explain what's going to happen internally inside of you. So just like when things are burnt away because of the heat of the previous month, now Saavan has come, rainwater has come, and what happens is one, all the forests, then all the fields, right, the grass on the fields, prabhasangamaulya, in the same manner that one represents as your body and tin represents your sensory organs. Within it there is a chow and a prem that now starts to blossom because you're keeping Paramatma by your side.
ਸਮਰਥ ਪੁਰਖ ਅਪਾਰ.
And who's making this possible? The Sarvakala Samrat, the one who is omnipotent, which is Paramatma himself. Samrat means that he's all capable. Purk means he's Puran. And Apar means he's above this worldly creation. And that's where he'll take you. Jitton o Turki Bani Aiya, where this Bani comes from, if you attach with God's Bani, with God's name, it takes you back to where it came from, which is Sachkhand.
ਹਰ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਨੋ ਮਨ ਲੋਚਦਾ.
And ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦੇ ਮਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਇਹ ਚਾਹ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ, they know that progression is happening now, that they've gone through the survival mode and now it's about progressing to Paramatma, that those Sakhis, those Sohagnis, or you can say those Kamani Istriyan, those soul brides, say out to Paramatma in a plea, Har Milanam no Man Lochda. Lochda means that we seek, and what we want, Sache Pasha, is to meet you.
ਕਰਮ ਮਿਲਾਵਣ ਹਾਰ.
But Marji, Sanu Karma da Saath Mile. Karm is Vehat Karm. Vehat means according to what Guru Marji wants. If you have Vehat Karm, and Marji places his nadar on you for performing that, meaning jire nit karne hai, like getting up at Amrit Vela, reading your Panjabani and doing Nam Abhyas, doing Raras in the evening, doing Kirtan Sola, your Nit Karam, your Nimit Karam, such as programs like these on Gurpurbs, on auspicious days that Guru Marji has given us to celebrate. And then Sakam Karam, doing a Khand Path or doing Jap for a certain number of days for a certain reason. And Nishkam Karm, the ones that you do just for the love of Paramatma. Nothing for anything in this sansari world. And then Prashit Karam, those karams that we do when we read a Japji Sahib because you've done a galti. And for Ardas Karni, that's called Prashit Karam. Eh jine karma, eh Dehat Karam kiya jandi hai. And if Marji sees that these karms, and he's pleased at what you're doing, these types of karms that are according to what Guru Marji has prescribed, then Marji ki kar deya, oh, he brings you closer to meeting him, Milavan Har. He's the one who's going to unite you with him. The karm now has become not just karm. Karma, another translation, is kirpa. It's become a form of kirpa. Kirpa, that means, I call it advanced kirpa or vishesh kirpa. Means you advance towards Paramatma. Grow closer to Paramatma.
ਜਿਨੀ ਸਖੀਏ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਪਾਇਆ.
And those Sakhiye, meaning those Mahatma Gursikhs that have lived in their Dharma, Prabhupaya, they're the ones that will obtain Marji's darshan.
ਹਉ ਤਿਨ ਕੈ ਸਦ ਬਲਿਹਾਰ.
Because I'm an individual that seeks the same thing, that I see they're successful, then I'm a sacrifice for them forever because they have achieved something that I want to achieve.
ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰਿ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ.
And Guru Maharaj Ji de agge benti apa kariye sache Paatshah, that Guru Arjan Dev Ji says, using the title of Nanak, that Har Ji Paramatma maya karo, that Maharaj Ji be merciful upon us.
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ.
Through your shabd, correct us, cleanse us, and connect us. Clean us, make us good. Then correct us, make us do what we need to do as Gursikhs. And then connect us, join us with yourself. Data ye sadi ardasa, and appa vi eh ucharan kar liye. ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ,
ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ।
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ,
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ।
ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ,
ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ।
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ,
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ।
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ,
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ।
ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ,
ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ।
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ,
ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ। ਸਾਵਣ ਤਿਨਾ ਸੁਹਾਗਣੀ।
ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਸਾਵਨ ਇਸ ਸ਼ੌਂਕ ਰੂਪੀ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੁਆਰੇ, that this delightful bliss that comes to those Gursikhs about this avastha that comes of progression and moving towards Paramatma, that Saavan for these blessed soul brides Sohagni is delightful,
ਜਿਨ ਰਾਮ ਨਾਮ ਉਰਹਾਰ।
that have taken their hearts and adorned it with the garland of God's name, that ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿਰਦੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਔਰ meaning ਹਿਰਦਾ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਪਾਇਆ? ਰਾਮ ਨਾਮ, they weaved it into their heart as a garland. Har means garland. ਸੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਵੀ ਇਸੇ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਸ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੁਆਰੇ ਜੋ ਗੁਰੂ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਬਖਸ਼ਿਆ, ਯਤਨ ਕਰੀਏ, ਮੇਕ ਐਨ ਐਫਰਟ that ਜਿੰਨਾ ਵੀ ਨਾਮ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਸਕੀਏ, let's progress forward towards Paramatma, and ਇਹੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਸਾਡੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਦਿਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਜੀ ਹਰ ਜੀ ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਸਾਡੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਉੱਪਰ ਮਿਆ ਕਰੋ। ਆਪਾਂ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਸ਼ੇਸ਼ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ। There is kirpa that you're doing on us already. We're sitting in Sangat Sache Pasha. Everybody is healthy. There's food provided to us every day. And Data, but we want this one Vishesh Kirpa. We're thankful for all the Kirpa that you have given us. We have gratitude, but we're asking for this Vishesh Kirpa. Draw us closer to you. And ਇਹ ਸਾਡੀ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਹੋਵੇ ਇਸ ਮਹੀਨੇ ਦੁਆਰੇ। ਭੁੱਲ ਚੁੱਕ ਖਿਮਾ ਕਰਨ if I made any mistakes. ਹਾਂਜੀ।
ਨਾਨਕ ਹਰ ਜੀ
ਮਿਆ ਕਰ, ਸ਼ਬਦ ਸਵਾਰਨ ਹਾਰ, ਸਾਵਨ ਤਿਨਾ ਸੁਹਾਗਣੀ, ਜਿਨ ਰਾਮ ਨਾਮ ਉਰਹਾਰ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ,
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ